Hello, welcome. We will be continuing with Apollo 7 today. I think we got right up to the rendezvous last time. Hello, welcome in. So yeah, we'll be continuing with the rendezvous, and hopefully I don't mess up anything too terribly. Let's get the checklist up here. Checklist, okay. Let me switch to... There we go. There we go. All right. Hello. Welcome in. All right. Yeah, that's where we were. So as you can see, we are here in orbit. Our next objective is chasing down the upper stage of our launch vehicle to demonstrate the rendezvous capability of the Apollo vehicle. Apollo 7 is the first test flight of the Apollo command module. Huh, very odd. Last stream, my bitrate, Twitch said it was unstable, and I turned it down by 500 kilobits in OBS, and now it says it's stable. I am very confused. I would think higher bitrate, I don't know, whatever. Whatever OBS and Twitch says, I guess. Alright, we'll just time accelerate a little bit here. Checklist is visible, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's Starship Flight 1 moment. Okay. NC2 has been scrubbed. Okay. Wait for NC2 decision. And it's going to be failed because NC2 is scrubbed. Wait for NSR maneuver pad. And these are, yeah, Starship Flight 1. Yeah. So these are the maneuver pads that we'll be using to chase down the Saturn upper stage. Let's save this. It's the wrong pads folder. Go. Pads. There we go. NSR. And we got uplinks. So this is the ground sending information to our computer. What was this uplinking? Redisplay messages. Oh, state vectors and target load. Okay. So this should be this maneuver's target load. 28.055. Okay. 6-second burn. Can't remember what NS. Yeah, the acronyms are really weird for the 7 profile. It is. I can't remember. Yeah, the CSI CDH TPI profile is. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I know the acronyms. It just seems simpler. Save. It is a burn. That is correct. It is a 6-second burn at that. $27.35. Just time accelerating a little bit here. Oh, there's the Cape. Did I break something again? No, not that I know of. I was breaking things. Accidentally, of course. All right, 27.30. We can time accelerate a little bit faster here. All right, 27.35. 48. So now we're going to go ahead and get that maneuver set up in the computer. This is the digital autopilot settings. All right, weight is 32,198 pounds. And gimbal trims. This is the angles for the main engine. Minus 70, minus 0.74, minus 0.20. Minus 20. Okay, Pro. Herb 46, enter. P30. Hold NSR TIG. 28.055.84. Delta V's minus 92.1 plus 0 minus 94.4. Correct, Pro. 156. Yep, that looks good. 131.9. Looks right. Counting for VC. Set DET. 50, 30, 20, 6, 5, 24. Start. Okay. Digital event timer is running. Oh, I will check that out so I get a little bit of downtime here. Make sure I set up for this burn. Okay, that's good. Delta V test. Delta V normal. Roger. $1586.8. Delta V test. Standby off. Set. Delta V cutoff is 119.3. So 0.3? 119.3 feet per second, yes. Delta V cutoff, Delta V, auto RCS select. These jets on, deadband minimum. 182 SCS. And what is burn attitude? Roll 3, pitch 183, yaw 359. Huh. Interesting. That would be unfun to be that person. Lose a space flight over something stupid like that? Okay, wait for sunset. We are past sunset. Right. GNet optics power 0. CMC. Right. Let's go ahead and run P52 here. This is aligning the spacecraft's navigation platform. Star 6. Mark. So what we do here is center 2 stars in this crosshair and then mark, tell the computer where they are, and then it can basically figure out what direction it's pointed based on that information, because it knows where 37 specific stars are. Mark. 5 balls, perfect. That is the alignment error between the stars. Which one is that? Okay, we already finished this. Omni Delta. Is that the one that accidentally launched that one time? All right. We are waiting for 15 minutes to the burn. Minutes, P40. P40. There we go. I think it is, what is it? Yeah, roll 3. CMC Auto Pro. Okay, all the circuit breakers. All right. Attitude deadband minimum. Ah. Yeah, I thought it was something with a 3 in it. I don't really follow Chinese space that much. Op 0 off. Okay, start check. 41 down, 91. Pitch trim, no. 187.9. $14.093. Yeah. So 14.093. Yes. Yeah, that was pretty embarrassing. Oops, we didn't mean to launch. Good start check. Yeah, I don't know if you ever see the movie Space Camp, but reminds me of that. GNN optics power off. Once it zeros. Zero off. What's the alarm? Probably the optics thingy. Yeah. That's fine. GDC line. Yeah, optics angry. Optics can shut it. That's it, IMU. Oh. Oh, Mudflaps! Welcome in! Welcome in! This is an Apollo simulator. Hello, Ender. Whoa, whoa, so many chats. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, so we are simulating the Apollo 7 mission. So yeah, we are, I'll pause here. Yeah, we're simulating Apollo 7. This is the first crewed flight of the Apollo program. Oh, things are happening. Somebody followed. Ender, thank you. So, how was the rest of the stream? Did you guys ever end up getting that skeleton to spawn? I'm guessing probably not. Crochet, thank you. Yeah, I didn't figure that it would spawn. There's next stream or maybe 10 streams from now. I don't know. So yeah, oh no, was it another one of those just raid without comment raids? I don't know. Sometimes it feels like bad luck is kind of the vibe. So yeah, we're currently in darkness right now. I think he is scared. So yeah, we're actually to the exciting part of the mission. We are chasing down the upper stage of our launch vehicle to demonstrate the rendezvous capability of the Apollo vehicle. That was Apollo 1. Apollo 7 kind of did what Apollo 1 would have done if they'd actually flown. So there were two different versions of the Apollo command module. There was the Block 1 and the Block 2 vehicle. Apollo 1 did, yes. The Block 1 command module was never designed to go to the moon. And the Block 2 was supposed to be the lunar vehicle. So, after the Apollo 1 fire, they were like, okay, we're done with Block 1. We're not going to fly that. And then Apollo 7... Apollo 1 was supposed to basically just test out the vehicle in Earth orbit. Make sure you can do rendezvous, make sure you can do just, basic orbital operations, test out some of the systems, that kind of thing. And then that would let them start flying sooner before the Block 2 vehicle was ready to go. Well, because they wanted to check out systems, they wanted to do like long-term testing. There was some talk that Apollo 1 would spend up to 2 weeks in orbit if the plumbing held together. But yeah, the Block 1 vehicle was not a good spacecraft. They did learn a lot. After the fire, because that was in spacecraft 012. 014 was basically identical. So they disassembled ship 014, and they were able to learn a lot. And that really made the Block 2. Yeah. I tend to yeah, I tend to share a lot of like random space facts. Welcome. Yeah, so yeah. We are actually almost to an engine burn here. We're just doing an alignment of the spacecraft's secondary guidance system. Space is cool. Yeah, human spaceflight is my special interest. All right, we are waiting for... Yeah, it's my special interest for sure. That and just science. Welcome in. All right. I'm just gonna time accelerate a little bit here. It does. Yeah, you really do. Yeah. The problem is, I've heard stuff about Europa. I'm honestly not sure. I'm skeptical until, like, you know, we get a probe out there to do some actual science. I mean, Europa Clipper is on its way out there, so we'll see what that uncovers. Roger. See ya. All right, 5 minutes 30 seconds. Invest time. These are tying the batteries into the spacecraft's main buses. Oh, calculus homework. No, don't talk about calculus homework. Oh, I hate calculus homework. All right. Rotation hand controller. Why are the gimbal trims doing that thing? Why is it doing this? What is it doing? It's doing a thing. Okay. Ah! Oh. Wait. Okay, the checklist has just worked.
Translation. Rotation.
Oh, please, no, not integrals. I don't want to think about integrals right now. Is that? It's set. Yeah, that would be evil. Yeah, they always find sneaky ways to assign stuff during Dead Week. No empty. Okay. Okay, test the gimbals. So what we're doing here is checking out moving the main engine, which is how we can steer the spacecraft. Wait, 2 finals for the same class? That's evil. All right, MTVC check. And I need to set the gimbal trims. Pitch trim minus 70. Yaw trim minus 20. Ugh. That's evil. Well, good luck on that. That sounds quite not fun. That's true. I don't know. Are they like at least not like 2 hours each or something? Because all my finals are 2 hours long. Pro. Okay. So the computer can drive the engine. 3 hours. Wow, that's very not fun. All right, A and B to normal. These are the propellant thrust enable switches. Forward. Okay. Let's get this timer set here. 3, 2, 1, start. All right, 55 seconds. Yes. And the cool thing that I love about this sim, every single one of them works. There's more in the lower equipment bay too. Okay, disky blanks, EMS normal.
Translation.
It really does. It is. All right, hang on, I need to lock in here. Translation. So this is all edge to settle the propellant in the tanks. They all do something, yes. Ignition. Shut down. All right. No, I'm not pressing the forbidden switch. It's right there. Roger. Have a good dinner. Roger. See you, Ender. This is a switch that, under certain conditions, could actually damage some hardware. How about the... No, we're not going to use that one either. It's there because they wanted to be able to have that capability, but then they decided that I'm not explaining this well. When they designed the guidance and navigation system, that switch would... I can't explain this. The capability would be useful, but it has the potential side effect of damaging hardware under certain conditions. Eventually, they ended up just unwiring it so that it doesn't really do anything. But at the time of Apollo 7, it still is wired. Okay. Stand by, rate 2. So yeah, regarding the computing power, yes, that is true. This computer has a storage capacity of 37 kilobytes. That is fixed memory. It has only a few kilobytes of erasables. Yes, we do have saves, thank you. There are actually several switches that don't do anything. These switches, they actually removed, but they were there on the early vehicles. I believe the Apollo 7 command module would have still had them. Attitude deadband max. 5-1. Yeah, I mean, you have like the panel tooling already set up, so it's easier to just leave the switch there than rework all of the panel tooling. Direct, rotation power, direct 1 and 2 off. Oh, things are happening. Radical, thank you for the follow. I mean, it kind of is that, like, remember, when they were designing Apollo, we hadn't even been to orbit at that point when they were starting to work on ideas for Apollo. Like, all of this was extremely... Remember, we went from 0 to boots on the moon in 9 years. Like, the development was extremely fast-paced, and you're making guesses about what you'll need in the future and what the systems will be able to do. And that's evident in the Apollo architecture. Like, they wanted to have a system to automatically track stars and align the platform for the crew. And the optics were designed for that. And then they realized this won't work. So they took the star tracker out, but the star tracker, like, indicator light is still a spot there in the instrument panel by the optics. Like, it's really cool to see just the history of the vehicle. Verb 24. And what we're loading here is actually the digital autopilot for the spacecraft. This is how the crew will fly the vehicle through the computer. The computer interface is very unique. I really like it. It's definitely a learning curve, but once you learn it and learn the commands, they call them nouns and verbs, it's really logical, and it just is a really easy to use interface, I think. Battery charger, bat A. GNN opt power on. So yeah, this is where that star tracker light would be. GNN optics power on. 0. Alright, now we wait 15 seconds. Oh, did it crash? No. Alright, we will switch to the optics view now. Off. Let's move. Why is the optics moving? Okay, P20. I need to go back to the panel here. Alright, so this is P20. So what it does is tracks a rendezvous target, which right now is the spent upper stage of our launch vehicle. Alright, initial guess for TPI is going to be 29, 23. Okay. Interesting. What is a rendezvous target? So, right now, you can't really see the spacecraft. So we are in orbit. And the rocket that delivered us to orbit is obviously still in orbit. Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's a better explanation than I can give. So yeah, we're just chasing down the upper stage from our launch vehicle. I'm just gonna time accelerate a little bit here, because this maneuver is slow. Vehicle is just a way space people talk. I honestly don't know. I guess they just like to sound fancy. Alright, final tracking attitude. It's like every industry kind of has just weird terminology. Yes. So yeah, obviously both spacecraft are moving. Imagine someone standing in the backyard of a house, right? You throw a baseball over the roof, right? Someone on the other side, say, has another baseball. They're going to try and throw that other baseball and hit the first one in the air. They're both moving, but you have to time it so that they arrive at the same place at the same time. Yes, it is hard. And now both of your baseballs are moving at 17,500 miles an hour. It is a lot of math. Thankfully not for me. The computer does all of the math. And the ground does a lot of math too, but thankfully not math for me. Yes, it is a very good computer. Honestly, it's amazing what they can do with computer architecture from the mid-60s. Like, to be able to compute rendezvous problems on board, like, that's really cool. Yeah. I like that. And there it is. So we have a good state vector. Let's go ahead and get the rendezvous program loaded. Herb 25. Yeah, it really is impressive just what they were able to do with that technology. The AGC is awesome. I love the AGC. That's Apollo Guidance Computer. Pro. 22. Yeah. Yeah, like the amount of computing power that we have, like today, it's just unfathomable compared to what they had then. And we went to the moon with, you know, IBM 360s. Like, yeah. I mean, we were able to go to the moon with, you know, IBM 360s. Like, yeah. All right, 1645. Start verb 57, enter. All right, marking sequence. Whoa. Low resolved. Mark. Yep. All right, wait 1 minute. Yeah, I mean, like, just the amount of computing power that we have now. it's amazing. People don't think about the amount of computing power we have now. All right. It's about a minute. Mark? Will we get a 649? Yes. Pro accept mark. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, Apollo 7 is loaded to show 649 every time. 649 is normally like the error too large code, but on Apollo 7, the computer is set up to show that for every single mark. All right, 1745. Mark? I mean, it really is. All of the Apollo program is really cool, I think. It's definitely my special interest. All right, we are waiting again until 1845. So right now we are looking at the upper stage of our launch vehicle through the spacecraft's telescope. It's a very unique special interest, I will say that. Right, manual. This one's gonna be tricky because it's moving. There we go. Mark. Yeah, you'll find something. Come on, Pro. There we go. Is this thing breaking yet? No, that's the same. No, wrong tab. Ah! All right. Okay, everything's not breaking. Time for another mark. Mark. So the process of taking marks here, what we're doing is basically telling the computer where our target is so that it can kind of update its onboard idea of the relative positions of both vehicles. Obviously, in reality, they wouldn't have, you know, a yellow box around their target, but they would also be able to see. That would be awesome, actually. I would 100% use that. All right, Mark. Yeah, obviously, in reality, they would be able to see the target a lot easier. This is just a limitation of the sim. Uh-oh. I think I hit the wrong thing. I hit the wrong thing. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to call the marking sequence again. Okay, well, we'll get one less mark in this marking sequence. That's okay. We can save it. I mean, orbiter div is gonna be just more annoying, but it's not gonna be the same kind of annoying as KSP. And it uses real physics, so that's nice. Is my overlays working? Yes. We're just waiting for this next mark here. Oh, we can kind of see it. Yeah, it probably isn't coming through on stream. If I squint at the screen really hard, I can see it. You can see the yellow box though, right? Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, 649. Pro. Where are the optics going? Is the yellow box coming through on stream? Yeah, okay. Yeah, the stage, it's really faint. I have to really squint at it to see it. All right. Mark? Okay. 649. Oh, I got plenty of time. I don't have to, yeah. Normally this is a very tight timeline, but I've got plenty of time. Because it's 1 mark a minute. I've got a good 5 minutes before I might even be able to get an extra mark in. Hopefully this rendezvous goes well. This rendezvous is always tricky. Okay. Mark. Ah, I hit pro again. Dang it. Yeah. I mean, it's, you know, it's Chinese space, so they kind of don't like streaming a lot of stuff. All right. I'm gonna run one more marking sequence because I keep hitting the wrong thing. Mark. 45. I've got time. Oh, really? What is it? Ah. Yeah, that, you know, that sounds about right. Yeah, the one payload that we know is a mass simulator. I mean, you know what? Like, if honestly, like, if you don't want to, if you don't want to share information about your, yeah, I mean, like, if you don't want to share information about your space program, like, I get that, but still, it feels like all the other nations that do space are just pretty open about what they're flying. All right, Mark, wait 1 minute. Yeah. Okay. The computer seems to know where this target is really well, which is good. Just wait a minute. We'll get maybe 1 or 2 more marks in. Okay. Manual. Mark. Okay. Should be getting a 649 here. Yep. All right, we can get 1 more mark in. Mark. Okay, that's definitely the last mark in this marking sequence. Because I am short on time. Well, not short on time, I'm on time, but... Pro. All right, and we should get a 649 here for the marking sequence. Yep. Pro. Okay, optics mode CMC. All right. This rendezvous is going quite well so far. I'm gonna make a save. Get 30 seconds to breathe here. Okay, so actually we're in sunlight now. So I'll just pause real quick here. So this is the spacecraft. And this is the upper stage that we are chasing down. All right, on pause. Verb 32, enter. Interesting. I wonder how are they trying to recover the stage this time? Or not, since it's the first flight? The computer is thinking. We are in this vehicle. Interesting. I wonder how the landing is supposed to go, or will go. So yeah, the crew is in here, specifically in this part, and then this is the spent upper stage that we are trying to get to. Yeah. They actually jettisoned those 4 metal panels after this mission. One of them didn't open fully, and they decided that it would be best to jettison them on future flights. Because for a lunar flight, your lunar module, which is the spacecraft that they would land on the moon in, would be stored inside here. And they were concerned that these panels, if they didn't open fully, might not let you go in and dock with it. But they didn't know that until on Apollo 7, they observed that one of the panels didn't open all the way. Okay, we have a TIG of TPI. 27, that's fine, Pro. So the computer has come up with a rendezvous solution. We'll have to see how that compares to the ground one. And it's thinking again. So yeah, I stream this simulator Tuesday and Thursday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern. And my plan is to stream Minecraft or something similar on weekends. So I will be figuring out what times work best for that. My current thought is 8 p.m. Eastern Saturday night, and then midnight to 3:30 a.m. Eastern on Sunday night, technically Monday morning, I guess. But so yeah, and I also do other things like, or will plan to do other things. So I don't know. This sim and Minecraft are the two big ones that I'm looking at right now. Okay, HP, Delta V, Delta V. Okay, that looks good. Pro. Delta V, LOS. Pro. Set DET. So that's 53. Three, two, one, start. Set DET. Okay. There are actually some not too bad spaceflight add-ons for Minecraft. Unfortunately, none of them really work in the latest versions. I think they're 1.12, so that's a little bit unfortunate, but there are some good ones. All right, maths. 159.4 plus 15.2. 137. 137. Nice.
Rotation
Yeah, I'm excited to play it when it gets done, or when it gets to a usable state. All right, pitch is 42 degrees. Two and a half. Okay, that's close enough. Yeah, this is true. Verb 83. Okay, that's done. Coas power on. Foresight on horizon.
Translation. Rotation.
Roger. Yeah, I don't know. I'll let you know. I've got a mod pack I'm looking at that I might play. So yeah, I'm not sure, but I will definitely let you know. Okay, foresight on horizon. There's the horizon. What's the program alarm? 407. That's probably target out of view. Where's the book? 407. Target out of view, yeah. Okay. Go away. Okay. 346, that looks right. Pro. Verb 58. Okay. 296 is what it's going to. Go. Enter. Verb 85. Enter. Okay. What is verb 85? R. Okay, so we're 51 miles out. Okay, that looks good. Pro. All right. Save. Oh, okay, I get like 3 minutes to breathe. Oh, there's the cape again. I mean, how many attempts did SpaceX take to get it? A lot. Hello. So far, the rendezvous is going quite well. It is got the first marking sequence done. We are 44 minutes, 48 seconds to TPI. Should I start this marking sequence early? I'm going to start the marking sequence early. because I always take longer on these marks than... There it is. Mark it 30 seconds. I have not decided yet. If I do, it would probably be maybe the Sunday night slot. I haven't decided yet. I do plan to stream it though. All right, Mark. Wait, 1 minute. All right, second mark. Mark. Should be getting a 649 here. There we go. Oh, that's a decent 649. Okay. Okay, good. It still knows where the vehicle is. Interesting. I mean, honestly, like, not getting the landing for our first flight, like, that's not that bad. $649, okay. Right, coming up here on the next mark. All right. Mark. Fifth and final mark. Mark, or Pro. To CMC. So yeah, the computer has a really good idea of where the launch vehicle is. Which is good. Okay, after this marking sequence, we're gonna save. Roger, how was dinner? Okay, mark. CMC. Ah. Pro. Okay, and Pro, accept marking sequence. Get another 649, hopefully. Yep. Pro. 1645. 74. Dump the erasables. Alright, wait for TPI data. Alright, I'm gonna save here, because sometimes these updates come in pretty delayed. Let's look ahead. So 3 marks. Then it has me do a 7 mark sequence. Final pass. Okay, this could get tight, but I guess we just do our best. Let's see, 20 minutes for marking sequences. Okay, I think we got, yeah, there's plenty of time. I'm just gonna time accelerate a little bit until this update comes in. There we go. We'll screenshot this. This is the data that we need to chase down that target. We'll save this as PI. All right. $25. So what we're doing here is basically telling the computer what the uncertainty in the position of the target is. Okay, 1645, perform GDC alignment. Pitch is like 250. The missile knows where it is. I love that. This may be a difficult GDC align. Okay, that's close enough. That is these knobs here. They're just like rotary wheels that you spin to set a number. S-band Omni Bravo. This is the antenna. It is a nice tick-tick sound. We need to figure out where to get our hands on like one of these real panels from the actual Apollo spacecraft and actually record the sound. For 57. Op mode manual. Manual. First mark. Yeah, the goal of the sim is ultimate realism. All right, at 45, we're taking our marks. Is it 1 minute delay? Yes. Okay, and 45. Mark. This is only a 3-mark sequence. Okay. Where did it go? There it is. The computer knows where it is pretty well. Star 45. Okay. Next mark. Mark. Accept mark. Accept marking sequence. $649 Pro. Verb 93. Roger. What you eating? And is it good? Verb 57, marking sequence. That is a good observation. That is a really good observation. That sounds like something I would say. All right, manual. Yeah, those of you who rated in from Mudflap stream, we need to tell him I'm literally flying a spacecraft, and I am reading chat more than he does. Just an observation there. Mark. All right, wait 1 minute. Suspicious stew. But which suspicious stew? Because, like, there's so many different effects you can get from suspicious stew. Yeah, like, I do react to it. Like, I actually try and, engage with my chat, like... Nah, I'm just teasing. I like to tease him. I don't know. That's a good question. What would suspicious stew taste like? I guess it would depend on which potion effect it is, though, Probably like mushroomy and... I don't know. Don't you craft it with... I've never really made suspicious stew. Don't you, like, craft it with mushrooms and stuff? What's in suspicious stew? I am Minecrafter. I promise. Red mushroom, brown mushroom. Interesting. And then whatever flower uses, what sets the potion effect? Manual. Mark. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really like the taste of mushrooms, so I probably wouldn't like suspicious stew. I don't think you can send images, but I think you can send links. I don't think a bot will kill you. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, can you make suspicious stew with a wither rose? I'll have to test that. That would be a funny prank. That would be a really funny prank. Manual. Okay. That mark. He has a really good idea of where the target is. That's good. 7 seconds of wither. Interesting. What was my ground calculated TPI? That's pretty close. Leave that up. Mark. Interesting. Well, you can send a link to it. Whoa, where's the optics going? Whoa, come back. There we go. Ew, fandom. Interesting. Wait, you can get fire resistance? Huh. Interesting. Alright, Mark. Thank you. Yes, the only real wiki. Why does the optics, like, do that thing? Then it goes right back. I mean, it knows where the target is, so I'm not really concerned. Why there's two? I think they used to be on Fandom, and then they, like, warped it off to their own hosting or something. I'm not extremely familiar with the lore, but... So those are all the flowers to use when crafting suspicious stews to prank people with it. Okay, we should be getting a 649. I do like pranking people. Obviously, depending on context, you know. But, yeah. Once I get channel points unlocked, I'm going to add a redeem that's the master alarm sound in this spacecraft. So that people could, like, play the master alarm sound at me and jump scare me. Just gentle pranks, you know. Nothing serious. Uh, 649, op mode CMC. Maybe I'll swap it out when you're not looking. Okay, GNN op. Wait, GNN op power off. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't play hardcore. I'm too good at dying. R dot. That looks good. Yeah. Same. Yeah, that was during Mud's speedrunning arc, and I was like, maybe I'll try this. And then I kept dying. I was like, nah. I kept dying before I even got to the freaking Nether. I was like, no, I'm done. I'm not doing this. All right, make a save here. Are my saves saving? I should check that. Where's my TPI pad? I don't have that TPI pad saved. I should save that. Ah! There we go. I have not. TPI. Huh. I wonder why that did not save. There it is. Okay. And my quick saves are quick saving. Okay, we have a few minutes of downtime here. That would, especially like if you did it when it was dark out, that would be kind of scary, actually. Yeah. All right. I can't see it outside yet. We're gonna time accelerate a little bit. Everything's still working in OBS. Nothing crashed yet. This is a good time to check it. Okay, that's still working. That's still working. Okay. I think everything's working. Yeah. Which mod is it that has the respawn randomly? So it's not like truly hardcore, but it's kind of like because you just respawn randomly. No, rambling is good. I like rambling. Okay. That's 15 minutes. I may regret time accelerating to this T-minus 13 minutes. Yeah. hey, you know what? Like, it's spaceflight is slow paced anyway. Like, background noise is good. Background noise is good. Well, if I stop time, I can't run procedures. So sometimes you just run out of time. I'm hoping this works out. If it doesn't, I have a save. I mean, it should work out because, you know, like the checklists are timed for it to work out, but sometimes stuff just takes a long time to compute. Yeah. Yeah, the cool thing about this simulator, the computer is actually running the actual software that the computer in the real vehicle ran. Yeah. Yep. Yep. There we go. Take of TPI. What's the ground one? 24, 23. Okay, that's within like 45 seconds. So the way they had the software, they actually had like physical printouts of it, and people kept the printouts. So we've been fortunate enough to get in contact with some of these people and either scan their printouts or there's somebody in the community who has a tool to actually dump the physical core rope modules that they would actually plug into the computers in the spacecraft. And we can get the software that way as well. So yeah, this is running like an actual binary dump of the real software. Okay, how can I explain this simpler? So basically, the software would be printed out like on huge listings of paper, like, you know, this huge like printout. And that's all the source code for the software. So if we have that, we can recompile the software. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. So yeah, basically either the printout and then we have the source code, or we can essentially read the memory of the computer and get the software that way. 58. 16.7. Okay, that seems to match up. Is 58? Yeah. 16.7. Come on. This is where I need to pay a lot of attention because I can easily get behind here. $13.7. That's pretty close. That is pretty close. Yeah. Definitely focused. Pro. No. Like, if I need to really focus, I'll just ignore chat. All right. Reset. 9876. 40. Yeah, I've actually got plenty of time here. That went a lot faster than I thought it did. That's kind of how Apollo goes. You have a lot of time, and then rush, and then you have a lot of time again. $41. Exactly, exactly. Deadband minimum. Limit cycle off. SCS.
Translation. Rotation.
All right. Yeah, I actually am kind of behind here. Yeah, see, now I have no time again. (107). I don't think we can bore sight it yet. I might just have to go to burn attitude. R dot theta. Yes, there are stars. I am looking for the booster, actually. I might have to zoom in. I don't see the booster. There it is. So we have to be really zoomed in, but we can see it. Okay, we're pretty much bore sighted.
Translation. Rotation.
Bore sight on S4B. Pro. Rate 2. 3 to rate command. CMC auto. Pro. And now I have plenty of time again. Full orbit is approximately 90 minutes. Around Earth, that is. If we're in lunar orbit, then it's about 2 hours.
Translation.
All right. We got a minute 15. Welcome back, Ender. Oh, I need an alert command, don't I? I will set that up after stream. I do have this command. I honestly don't know if ads are enabled, but watch this. Just you know. Yeah, I don't know if anyone's getting ads because I don't honestly understand how Twitch ads work, but okay, I gotta pause to read this. Yeah, it's. I mean, well, Apollo is not economical. Apollo is very expensive and honestly very risky. Okay. I mean, technically, I'm just doing this for fun, so I'd rather people not have ads. So yeah. Yeah, Apollo is not economical. Welcome in, welcome in. It's as far as like single points of failure, the Apollo missions were definitely risky. I wouldn't say it would be a good thing to sell as a commercial service. Okay, blink telemetry command reset. Tape recorder forward off. Forward high. Okay. Normal.
Rotation. Translation.
Well, we won't be seeing any aliens, but we will be seeing the spent upper stage of our launch vehicle soon. Burn. Yeah, humans are very fragile. They really have no business being in space. Which is why spaceflight is awesome. Eight minutes. Eight feet per second. Yeah. You just need a much safer system than Apollo. And also a much more economical system. Apollo is very, very not economical. 1/6% of the stack returns to Earth at the end of the mission.
Rotation.
And even that tiny little piece is single use. Tape recorder forward off. EMS function off. Standby. 3, 2. Practice. I have been flying this sim for several years now. I mean, honestly, the Apollo system is not really that complex. You just kind of have to understand what's going on. I mean, yeah, that's true. Like, but I would definitely, pay for a trip to space if it was within my budget. Like, absolutely. Yeah, definitely a space nerd. Yeah, space is like, honestly, as long as I can remember, I've just been really fascinated by space. But yeah, like, seriously into this sim, probably 2 years, maybe 3. Verb 82, enter. No, and just for the record, I consider nerd to be a compliment. So, take that for what you will. You should try the sim, honestly, if you're interested. It really is. Like, space is... It's... Yeah. Yeah. Alright. I kind of need to lock in here. Yeah. Star Wars is... Everything travels at the speed of plot. Like, it's... Yeah. In the sci-fi, like, field, it's almost all fi and no sci. It is fun to watch. I love Star Wars. My favorite show of all time. Okay, pause. Time for a little rant. My favorite show of all time is Firefly. If you have not seen Firefly, you need to watch Firefly. Firefly is awesome. They only made 14 episodes. I am mad that they canceled this show. They should not have canceled this show. It is the best show ever created. Watch Firefly. Okay, rant over. Yeah, here we go. You've heard the Firefly rant before. Pro. I haven't heard about that one. How much time do we have? Final pass program 35. That's at what? Yeah. All right, verb 48. Huh, interesting. One, 102, enter. 1111, enter. Pro. 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 Oh, yeah, that dude. GNN optics power on. 0. And then at, what? 20? Yeah, 20 seconds, we can turn the optics off. Yes, that dude. I remember him. Off. CMC. Verb 57. Okay, where is it? I don't like that. There it is. Nope, 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 nope. Mark. We're marking at 50 seconds. Yeah. I don't know, I think they're trained to do the lightsabers. I don't know. I'd probably end up accidentally chopping myself in half with a single-bladed lightsaber. Verb 81. Verb 57. Manual. Mark. Okay, I need to get this mark in. Mark. Yeah. I have not, and that sounds about right. Yeah. I mean, I guess they have the Force and stuff, so I guess that helps. I know some about the Star Wars universe, but I can't tell you all the detailed lore. I can tell you all the detailed lore about Firefly, though. Oh! Yeah, that doesn't sound good. Mark. Alright, 649. Pro accept mark. On that. Pro accept mark. Okay, it knows where the booster is. That's good. Yeah. It's it's just so well written. Yeah, we need to finish Firefly. That's good. That's good. Yeah, you should definitely watch Firefly. All right, 6:49. Okay. Now we're waiting for the final mark. What's our time? All right, so at 12 minutes. And I'm at what? 8, 9? It's gonna be close. Yeah. Pro. Okay, accept marking sequence. Need a 6:49. Okay, marking sequence. 6:49. Op mode CMC. Okay. I'm short on time. I don't have time for that bore sight. Oh, if you like space sci-fi, you absolutely need to watch Firefly. I'm not gonna crash things. That marking sequence just took a little bit longer than would have been desired. So I am short on time and I have to skip it. We're just gonna go into the next marking sequence. Because it's just the maneuver. I don't have time to maneuver to that attitude and then maneuver back. $20. Yeah, watch Serenity after the show, though. Also, the order of the episodes on the wiki, I believe. Let me actually check that. Do they have the episodes in the right order on the wiki? Yeah, okay. The episodes in the wiki are in the right order. They aired them out of order, okay? The order they aired the episodes in is not the order you're supposed to watch them in, okay? I want to make that really clear. You need to watch them in the order they were made. And the order on Wikipedia is correct. So. Mark? I honestly don't know. It just seems like the network just was... I don't know. It almost seems like the network had something against this show. Like, they didn't air the pilot. Then they aired the episodes out of order. Like, the pilot introduces all the characters. The show's not going to do as well. But, like, okay, I paused. The show is not going to do as good, right? If you don't air the pilot and introduce the characters, right? Then in the first episode they air, you just have 11 characters running in and out of hatches in the spaceship for 45 minutes. You don't, like, nobody knows what's going on. Yeah, here we go again. You know me. Yeah. And then, like, they didn't air the last, I think, 3 episodes that they made. And we didn't get those until, like, the show came out on streaming. Or, you know, like, DVD release. I don't know. I don't know if they made it on VCR. I don't know. Until the show was, like, released. Other than on TV. Alright, pro accept marking sequence. I am slightly behind, but that is okay. Verb 85. Do not rant about Firefly when you are flying a spaceship. Yeah, it is irritating. But, you know, we've got the rest of the episodes, so that's what matters. I'm also glad they gave him the Serenity movie, because that, like, that closed up a lot of loose ends from the show. Alright, so I'm a minute 20 seconds late at this point. That's okay. We might have to skip a mark on the next marking sequence, but that'll be fine. Is it... What's P40 show? So marks are basically just telling the computer where the target is, and then it can figure out... Oh, there we go. That's low delta V's, I like that. And then the computer can then figure out sort of where we are relative to the target and what our relative velocity is, which is obviously important for rendezvous. (41) enter. Okay. Now on 40. Alright, we're gonna save.
Translation.
Okay. (45). Disky blank.
Rotation. Translation.
Disky is display and keyboard. You'll hear me say that a lot. That's the wrong way. Just casually translates the wrong direction. Yeah. Roger. See ya. Alright, PCM bitrate high. Okay, well, we're already past that. Alright. Power off.
Rotation.
Verb 82. Pro. 35. Alright, we gotta... Okay. .38, so that's 22 minutes on the DET. enter. Come on, enter. Okay. Verb 48. Verb 24. 111. 2. Oh, yeah. Roger. Night. See ya. Yeah, that list is funny. Yeah. Yeah, I've read through that list. There's some very funny stuff on here.
Translation. Rotation.
Okay, again, I don't have time for that. Pro. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's that alarm? 1202. What the heck? Wrong mission! That's supposed to be Apollo 11. Oh well. I guess we're rolling with it. Okay. Enter. Verb 57. Off mode manual. No, we want CMC. Okay, the computer does not know where the booster is. That's not good. There it is. There it is. Mark. All right, 4330. 4430. 4430. There is indeed a launch vehicle out there. $44.30. Mark. Pro accept mark. Pro accept marking sequence. Come on. Come on, give me the 649. Thank you. Foresight on S4B. I don't have time for that. Or wait, no, this is... No, I do need to boresight it now.
Translation. Rotation.
There it is. What's the alarm? Another 1202? 407, whatever. I don't care about 407s. 85. 407 is expected. R dot, okay. Pro. Computer is doing its thing. GNN optics power off. For 56, enter. At 1, rate 2. CS pitch XO command. Foresight on S4B COAS, I did that. Pro.
Translation. Rotation.
All right. Let's level the wings. Or the roll, I guess. It's not really wings. .681, pro. Not too bad, not too bad, pro. .2406, so 2606 is burn time.
Translation. Rotation. Translation. Rotation.
How's my RCS fuel? Looking good. Okay. .24. So I said what? 2606. So at 2536. So 2531. Let this gate will blank.
Translation. Rotation. Translation.
Coming up on it here in a few seconds. There we go.
Rotation. Translation.
Minus 42. Let's not translate the wrong way this time. Bitrate Pro for 82. Are we actually closing? Yes. Pro. Verb 16, now 40. .37, enter 00, enter. Come on. .74, enter. P47.
Rotation. Translation.
All right, we are almost to rendezvous with this thing. Verb 60. Verb 83. Bore side on S4P. PCM bitrate high. EMS normal. Range. Okay, now 54 is 0.01, right? Yes, 0.01. We're closing at 21.6 feet per second.
Rotation. Translation.
Okay, we're inside that velocity for the first gate. At half a mile, we're going to go to 15. I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense for a first flight. You wouldn't plan to reuse the hardware because you don't know if you're going to get it back, and you probably want it for engineering data.
Rotation.
Yeah.
Translation.
All right, we're inside a mile.
Rotation. Translation. Rotation. Translation.
Okay. Seven. Okay.
Rotation. Translation.
I think the readout on the computer is lying to us. I think we're moving slower than that. I'm going to opt not to brake to 15 feet per second. We'll brake a little bit. We'll brake by
Rotation.
3 feet per second. Yeah. All right, at a quarter mile, R dot to 10. This is honestly where it starts to get visual. Yeah, that's real. Lunar module rendezvous are so much nicer because you have radar.
Rotation. Translation.
Quarter mile.
Rotation. Translation.
We'll brake by another 4 feet per second here. There it is. There is a launch vehicle out there. A 1,000 feet. This one's honestly just visual. It's like 0.15 miles about. All right. Almost there. Okay, time to brake.
Rotation. Translation.
Ah.
Rotation. Translation.
Okay, now it's starting to numbers are starting to break down. We're just gonna have to do this visually, I guess. Once you get the two vehicles really close together, the computations for relative velocity and range kind of break down. Right.
Rotation.
We have arrived.
Translation.
There we are. Bro, that was very smooth. No, not the S4B engine start. Attitude deadband, max. Rate low. For PC a bit rate low.
Rotation. Translation.
Okay, station keeping is established. 00, enter. Power off. DET stop, reset.
Rotation. Translation. Rotation. Translation.
Wait, why is that off?
Rotation. Translation.
Are we closing on it? A little bit. We're gonna speed up time a little bit here. It's a little bit close. I'm gonna back off a little bit. Honestly, that's the smoothest Apollo 7 rendezvous I've ever done. Alright, we'll make a save here. Standing by for that separation maneuver. There it is. Screenshot this. Okay. Can relax now. The stressful part of this mission is over. Alright, wait for SEP burn pad, okay. Final SEP burn. Okay. Switches did I change? Deadband max.
Rotation.
Okay, main AB. 3 to rate 2. Manual maneuver to SEP attitude. Let me cycle off. Deadband minimum, rate low.
Translation. Rotation.
Roll is 357. Pitch 26. Oh, okay. Pitch 26. And yaw of 359. Go. Go. Booster is out the hatch window. Delta V set, VHF range. Delta V cutoff. 2 feet per second. Or, is that a minus? Yeah. -2. Delta V on. PCM high bit rate. Okay. Well, that was very, very smooth rendezvous.
Translation. Rotation.
Right. P47. P47 is a program that sort of monitors Delta V, or acceleration, and updates the spacecraft idea of where it is and where it's going, based on that acceleration. Normal.
Translation.
Translate -x until EMS reads 0 at TIG. And there's the booster in the hatch window.
Rotation. Translation.
8, 7, 6, 5,
Rotation.
4,
Translation.
3, 2, 1, burn.
Rotation.
Okay. Pro. 0. Program 0 is the idling program for the computer. Standby. Off. Right, maintain at hold for 10 minutes. 20, 30. So at 30, 30. Yes, CMC idle. If P47, what happens if P47 goes away? I mean, obviously we're not monitoring external Delta V. All right. Coming up on the end of this slot damping. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it has to finish integrating the state vector. Deadband max. Off. Okay, 30, 40, we'll make a save here. Well, that rendezvous went exceptionally well. That was very smooth. I did not expect it to go that well. That was encouraging. Okay. Back to the mission here. Next is 3045. We can time warp here. Yeah. That's the smoothest I've ever had the 7 rendezvous go. I should try Apollo 2 again. Have I been saving these? I have not. Oh, I have been saving block data. Okay, well, I guess I have to save block data then. Block data 4. Block data 4 is in. Next thing is at 3250. So we have some time to sit here and time warp. Why is the frame rate so low? Am I still on high bit rate? Yep. There we go. Yeah, now the waiting phase of this mission begins. It is 260 hours, I think, and the rendezvous is about the only exciting thing that happens. So now we get the days of landmark tracking and other things. Random systems tests. We do get a couple manual engine burns. That's fun. Probably won't get there today, though. $32.50. How are my temperatures? Is anything melting? Not bad, not bad. 80 C. Okay. And how did the FOB get changed? Interesting. Yeah. It's even crazier in lunar orbit. All right, suit compressor. Main reg B valve close. O2 flow did increase. O2 flow still increased. Open coolant panel thingy. Auto. Secondary. Pump AC1. Secondary cool, evap to evap. Discharge pressure. Accumulator quantity. evap. All right, wait 5 minutes. Just time accelerate a little bit. Why? What is my battery? Okay, I don't know why it's doing that. Evap reset for 1 minute. Prime. And off. 33:30. The AGC does compensate for some of it. It's actually pretty good at compensating for it, but that is part of the reason you ship state vectors over time. To purge line heater on. That's PCM bitrate. 3350. Yep. Yeah, we are we're time accelerating now. Because we're into the downtime. I want to add like time acceleration amount to that overlay at the bottom of the screen. To 25. So 52.25. No, that was time acceleration. I do need to add that to the overlays though. Start alarm. 52:40. 54:40. $54, $56.40. $56.50. $57.02, $57.23, $58.23. $58.32, $52, $59.52. $59.52. H2. 30. So 22, 122. H2 purge line heater off. 34, 45. Okay, we have a state vector update. Okay. All right. Ready for uplink. Seven zero zero enter. Okay, uplink. CSM and S4B state vectors. Why is it still shipping an S4B vector? Second uplink. Okay, uplinks are in. Back to bitrate low. Terminate battery charge at 35. All right, battery charger off. Where is that? Oh, it's this. I should know that. DC indicator, main A. Wait for sunset. Oh, 3630. Interesting. I wonder if that was from like some kind of overpressure from coming back in through the atmosphere, or just random chance, or I guess we'll find out. Yeah. This is true. Can turn the coas power off. Again, this is time acceleration. We are coming up to sunset here. Wait for sunset. GNN optics power on. Ooh, are we gonna track the S4B again? High, direct. Maneuver to bore site desired star. You never told me which star. Okay, do I just pick a star? Okay, let's go with star 7. We'll go with star 7. I like that star. Yeah, that's quite helpful. It doesn't even tell me what star. Just maneuver to. Okay. Because on the real mission, like, Houston would have read them up that. Deadband, minimum, low. We're in SCS, yeah. I don't think this P-23 is going to work. They skipped these on the real mission because it was not working. Star 7. Landmark. Yeah, especially on Apollo 7. We're gonna give it a try, but they did skip these on the real mission. So if it doesn't work, I don't feel terrible about it. Especially since the checklist doesn't even tell me what freaking star to use. Okay, how am I even supposed to do this? I'm bore-sighted on the star. What? What? No wonder it's mad. What? What? Okay, I don't understand what's supposed to be going on here. Yeah. This isn't working. I'm probably doing the wrong thing. I just wish the checklist would tell me what star. Okay, I'll make a save here. I will figure out what's supposed to happen here and come back. $30, $38, $35. $38, $35 is our next thing. $38, $35 is our next uplink. Ready for uplink. Okay, and we have a nav check pad. All right. Verb 3700, enter. Ready for uplink. Yes. I mean, to be fair, I am time accelerating quite a bit, so like stuff gets compressed a lot. But yeah, they did ship a lot of state vector uplinks. Again, this was the first crewed flight of the Apollo spacecraft, so they wanted to make sure that, you know, everything was working right, and they didn't, you know, there's a lot less confidence in the systems at this point. PCM bitrate high. High bitrate. Oh, well, okay. Back to low, I guess. Low bitrate. Off. 3700. Enter. Nav check. P21. Pro. OGET 39. 38. So what we're doing here is putting a time in and then having the computer tell us what our latitude, longitude, and altitude will be at that time based on its onboard navigation And then we have the ground truth, altitude, latitude, and longitude here that we will compare it to. 27, 20, okay, 153. Yep, that's pretty close. $39.30, wait for sunset. $39.30, wait for sunset. Right, we will time accelerate to sunset here. Okay. Sunset. Should be able to see stars. We can do star 1 and 7. Yes. Yeah, I went to external view there. We have some nice options that the real cruise did not have. I can see here there are 2 stars that I want to use for platform alignment. Off CMC. So this is P52, so it is essentially realigning the spacecraft's idea of where it's pointed. And it does that by marking on 2 stars, and then based on where those 2 stars are, and it's like onboard reference matrix or RefSmet, it can figure out which direction you're pointed. And it's an inertial platform, so it tends to drift over time. So we have to keep aligning it periodically. I have a hard time explaining this stuff to people who like don't already understand this stuff, if you know what I mean. I'm not used to doing that. Mark. Pro. What's the second star? 1 star 7? Yeah. Yeah, there is a table of these stars in the book. Where is the star table? Is it in the other book? Star table. That's languages. Here it is. Yeah, I don't know if that shows up, but it is the list of stars. and their numbers. Hi. Okay. Back to the manual. Come on, Mark. A 5 balls, perfect score. This is the error in the angle, because the user has to obviously mark 2 stars, and if your marks aren't precise, then that has an angle there, like 0.001 degrees difference. So obviously lower numbers are better. 0 is the best you can get, or essentially no error in the measurement. The astronauts would kind of compete with each other to see who could get higher scores on the alignments. They'd be like, "What's my score?" Astronauts are interesting. FTI select one at set menu. Roll is, it's what, 90, 100, 10, 120, 130. About 130-ish. Pitch is like 73. And yaw is like 330. All the rates here. Okay. And what we just did there was aligning the secondary attitude reference for the spacecraft.
Translation, rotation.
Oh, we're still at 75% propellant. Nice. All right, 164.5, 127.4, 146. Ah, yes, more ordeal. Yeah. We can never escape it, can we? Okay, 325. Come on. There, that looks about right. Hide ordeal panel. Okay, GNN op power off. All right, 3950. Get more block data. There we go. Block data. These are just abort options. Come on. The Windows 11 snipping tool is so much more annoying than the Windows 10 one. Block data 5. Tab 5. Okay. 4010. Wait for sunrise. And there's sunrise. GNN optics power. Oh, we get to track the S4B again. Fun. CMC. P20. P20. CMC auto. Nope. Now 34. Nope. Okay, I can't remember it. Where it is? Okay, I can't remember the thing. That's okay. Enter. When... Okay. Attitude is okay. Track S4B until sunset. There it is! Heck yeah! So it's, what, out in front of us? Yeah. Overlay is still working? Yeah. Yay! How's our tracking doing? Still there? Okay. 41, wait for sunset. Still got a little bit until sunset. It's definitely there. Back to time accelerating. Roger. See you. All right, that's sunset. Zero, zero. SCS. Gene in optics power off. All right, next up at 43:35. Rendezvous went awesome, actually. Very smoothly. State vectors were perfect. MCC 1 and 2 were both under 5 feet per second. It was actually extremely smoothly for Apollo 7. I didn't even have to... Or wait, did I have to revert to a... No, I didn't have to revert to a save. But yeah, that was probably the smoothest I've ever had the 7 rendezvous go. How's my RCS usage? We got about 75% all quads. Yeah. Yeah, I had it set to like count down or count up like you normally do. And that messed with me because I had to convert the times from counting up to counting down times. I forgot that 7 set it the other way. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know why they changed it, honestly. Because, like, if that worked, why did they change it to the other way? Fuel cell purge heater on. And 44 hours. "44 hours, fuel cell O2 purging." 44:05. 46:05. It's because when the ET goes to 0, it keeps counting down. Yeah. I think it's because they want it to keep counting up from 0 after TIG. So they changed it. Because I'd rather do mental math, like, 45 minutes before the burn instead of right after the burn when things are really tight. Go 5. Master alarm. 10. 4:10. .410. All right, 6:20. .22. H2 purging. Okay, so 6:30, so 7:50. .55. And at 9:15. .25. 10:25, 10:45. To purge line heater off. 4440. Okay, nav check. Got another nav check. Accept. CSM and S4B state vectors. Okay, uplink is in. Lock. 0. PCM bitrate low, that's already low. Nav check. Pro. 25. $45. 37. 29. 69. Enter. Pro. Okay, 27.99. 17.22. And 60.2. Okay. That's looks good. 0. Systems data. And wait for sunrise at 46:05. 46:05, wait for sunrise. Where is the horizon anyway? That's that side of the horizon. Is it over there? There. Sunrise? GNN optics power on. 0. Off. CMC. P20. CMC auto. Enter track S4B until sunset. Okay. "47 hours, wait for sunset." So we track it for this entire daylight pass. There it is. Again, we're back in time acceleration here, because I don't want to wait 50 minutes. There's Florida again. Okay, we are coming up on sunset in the near future, I think. Booster's still in the optics. That's good, that's good. Back in the time acceleration again. Sunset. P00. Control SCS. GNN optics power off. Wastewater dump. I should check. Yeah, I need to dump that as well. So right now we are just dumping wastewater overboard. The fuel cells, which provide the electrical power for the spacecraft, they produce water as a byproduct. And there is more water on board than the crew can use. So you just dump it overboard. That's empty. That's good. Go ahead and close that dump valve. Close that dump valve. All right, 4845, we get our next block data update. $48.45. We are coming up on that update. Okay, there is the block data 6 update. We will screenshot this. And we will save it in the Great folder other mission data. Block data 6. Tab 6, okay. Now tab 5. There we go. 4905, gene and attitude control test. Ooh, this looks fun. This wasn't in the checklist last time I flew this mission. $48, 24. $46, enter. PCM bitrate high. CMC free. CMC 16, now 20. Wait for Hawaii AOS. When actually is that gonna be? Let's see. Pre-advisory data map update. 4910. Earth. What about 4925? Oh, 0919. All right, ALS Hawaii. Okay, establish vehicle rates greater than 1 degree per second in all axes.
Translation. Rotation.
CMC mode hold. Oh, nice. Roger. See ya. Attitude max deadband attitude hold for 20 to 30 minutes. Okay. 4910. Okay, so at 49. Okay, so yeah. Where's Hawaii anyway? I don't know. Somewhere. I am probably going to wrap up stream when I finish up with this attitude control test here. It's almost 2. There's the Cape again. Rev what? Rev 32? Nice. Alright, 4940, CMC free, SCS, verb 48, enter, verb 24, 11102, enter, 1111, Pro. PCM bitrate low. Okay, make a save. Did it actually save? 4940. That be it. All right. Well, I think that is a very good block of Apollo 7 for the evening. Let's see. Let's get... There we go. So yeah, Rendezvous went amazingly. So yeah, I'll be back Thursday with more Apollo 7. Same time, 10 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah. Let's see. Who should we raid? Anybody doing like space something? Let's see, category. Nobody's gonna be playing this sim. How about Kerbal Space Program? Anybody playing Kerbal Space Program? How about Minecraft? That's easy. All right. This guy's playing Minecraft hardcore. I'm just gonna send you over there. All right. See y'all Thursday.